Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to be looking at how to create a new file in Photoshop and some of the settings that you're going to be most interested in. First things first, you want to open up Photoshop either by clicking on your desktop icon or going down to the search bar in the bottom left. It may take a little while to load up depending upon the specification of your system, but we'll just let that run. If you do have any problems opening up Photoshop and accessing a document, you may want to go to the Creative Cloud and check that you have the most updated version. Okay, so here we come to the home screen. And if you've never used Photoshop before, this area will be mostly blank. You'll only see files here if you've worked in it before. For the most part, what we're going to do is jump over straight to the left-hand side where it says Create New. And a window is going to pop up with a whole load of templates and the settings for those templates on the right hand side. So we often have your recent items loaded up first, which is all the templates that you have recently used. Again, if you're using it for the first time, you'll probably not see anything here. What we want to do is we want to go to the top of this screen to where we've got a load of tabs. And if I click on, let's say, Art and Illustration, I get some presets, some templates for work related to art and illustration. In fact, I can click on View All Presets to open up a few more. In fact, art and illustration only has a few. If we go to Print, we get an awful lot more. And we find our more common templates like A4 and A3 here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click on A4. And you can see that the settings on the right hand side have changed to match that template. So the width and the height is in millimeters here, matches what I've got here for the A4 document. If you are wanting to create a custom template, then you can click on any of these at any time and then just manually enter the width and the height that you need. And if you don't know it in millimeters, you can click on this and change it to inches, centimeters, however you wish. Orientation is here. Whatever's highlighted blue is what is selected. So currently I'm in portrait orientation. I'm going to click on that and change it to landscape, and you can see that my measurements change accordingly. If I change it back to portrait, they swap back around. If you're an Illustrator user, or maybe you've used some other form of concept art software where you're used to artboards, Photoshop doesn't have that feature automatically enabled. However, we can enable it by checking this little box here where it says artboards. Resolution is a very important one. This dictates the quality of the document and the final resolution. So the higher this is, the larger you should be able to print your document. However, again, the larger this number is, the slower your computer may run. So 300 is a very good resolution just for kind of planning things out and creating rough bits of concept art. However, if you're wanting to create something more refined, a bit higher quality, maybe it's a final piece, you want to bump this number up to at least 600. Color mode is important, especially if you're going to be printing your work. It'll be set to RGB by standard, but we can change this by clicking on it, and you might find something more familiar like CMYK, which is used by an awful lot of printers. So if you're creating an art book, or you're wanting something professional printed, you'll often need to set this to CMYK. If you're not sure, it should be specified on the company's website, or if not, you can just email them. Simple as that. We've got a load of other advanced options, however, those are the ones that are more commonly associated with pretty much every document that we do. Last but not least, we can change the name of our document here, so I'm just going to change that to Test 1, and then I'm going to click Create, and once I do so, there is my document with all those settings straight up loaded. So there we go. That's how to create a new document in Photoshop.